Game of the day. Sanic Speed versus Quidproquo. Hawk versus Grit.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, folks, we are playing on a map called Cabin Fever. This is a fog of war matchup with triple base, airports, and calm tower supports. We got HQs on this one, folks. There's also labs, but the HQs, they're forever. Now, we have Sanic Speed versus Quidproquo as our players today. Now, this one was submitted by one of these two players, so I am very excited to be able to cast this one, as I do rather enjoy casting replays that people submit to me. If you want to submit a replay to me, all you have to do is find me on the Advanced Wars by Web Discord, join my Discord in the link in the description below, or message me on the site. My name is Mr. Cannon, aka Semi-Original Guy, but on the site it is Mr. Cannon. You can also find me on... I guess that's about it. So, find me, folks. Send me replays. It's going to be a good time. Season 2 is going to be wrapping up after next episode, folks. We're going to be starting Season 3 shortly after that, but I do have something extremely special planned for the episode 200. So, be sure to stick around for that one next week at some point. Now, if we take a look at the map, folks, we can see that this is a fog of war matchup. I know, crazy stuff, folks, absolutely crazy. Now, this map is kind of a little weird to me, folks. A little weird indeed. There's forests. There's a big old line of forestry here. Now, you might be wondering, Sammy, why are there so many forests on this map? Well, I don't know. Somebody made the map and they made a bunch of forests, folks. But this is going to be incredibly difficult to sort of navigate your way through, folks. Because as we know, forests do actually negate the movement of vehicles that have treads by 2 and wheels by 3. So a recon is only going to be able to move 2 spots out of this position here, as well as this. He'd be able to move 2 spots, maybe a third with this one. But yeah, recons are not going to be able to move very quickly on this map. Tanks, not really quickly either. Like a tank movement out of this position right here would only yield you to be able to move to this location right here, which I guess is an immediate reinforcement to the middle of the map right here. So, I mean, all in all, that's not really too bad, but it's going to be very slow reinforcements for this one, folks. And we got Grit and Hawk as our COs of choice today. Now, Grit, as we know, Grit tends to love the artillery. Arty. It's the arty party, folks. That's what Grit really, really loves. But one thing that arties don't love is forests, because it is very difficult for arty to get through forests. They're only going to be able to move 2 spots. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to get into position here, folks. But I've never really seen this map before, but from what I can gather here, you know, these bases, they're going to want to go over here. They're going to want to go over here, and they're going to want to grab these properties here and create a nice little foothold right here in order to start assaulting up here. It's going to be very difficult for Hawk to push up into this area, though. Considering that there are forests, there could be multiple arties just hiding in the forest over here. But Grit is forced to actually go out and try to contest these properties, so he's not going to be able to use the forest all that much here, folks. But aside from that, you know, it's about the corners. It's about a little bit of center control. There's not really too many properties in the center to really worry about. I mean, this property and this property probably contested a little bit. You know, definitely a little contested, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like super contested. But once Grit gets his artillery in position, it is very difficult to sort of get a property back, folks. It is very difficult, but Hawk, you know, he's got that super co-power, so we might be seeing something really, really cool in this one. Either way, I don't know how this map works. We're just going to see how it goes, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the live league today. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. on the first few days, folks. You all know the deal. It's the standard infantry builds. Because you got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It's the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web, folks, is make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action. This is a very interesting thing that is going on already here on day, what is this, 2? Day 2, folks, and we already have a base skip. Now, there could be several reasons for why you base skip on day 1 or day 2. Usually none of them are very good. But in this case, I don't know, maybe this guy forgot to build. Maybe he's saving up for a recon, which he could have bought anyways. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out though, folks. Bold strategy, as they say. Let's see how it works out for him. Alright, we do got the derpy hawk face, folks. So you know we're dealing with some comic gold over here, folks. Got the recon on the field over here from Quidproquo. Oh my god, I'm just gonna call him Grit because I am gonna get tongue-tied on that one way too much this episode, so we're not gonna deal with that, folks. All right, recon's on the move. Bada bing, bada boom. Are we gonna have the arty? No arty yet, folks. We just got the recons on the field. Now, Grit is absolutely abysmal when it comes to direct combat. You know, he's minus 10% firepower on direct combat, so you don't necessarily want to be doing direct combat as Grit, but you do want to get tanks on the field as Grit because tanks are wonderful blockers when it comes to protecting artillery. So yeah, that's what you kind of want to do, but we got the tank on the field over here from Grit already. So as stated before, tanks, very important when it comes to Fog of War. Now, some people look at Grit and they're like, oh, I'm going to spam as many artillery as I possibly can, because what can you do against that, folks? Well, there's lots you can do against that. You could, you know, build tanks. You can build recons. You can just completely obliterate them. If your opponent does nothing but build artillery, especially on a Fog of War map, you know, eventually you're just going to get overrun. That's just the simple truth. Unless you can set them up really good. Some maps, you know, are pretty good for it, but some maps are not. In this case, I would say this map is not necessarily great for just arty spam. But, you know, you got to get some arties on the field for sure. Especially as Grit, you know, it's your bread and butter, folks. All right, got a recon hit right there, going in for the capture. Oh, very interesting indeed. Quidproquo going in for a contested property capture. My God, going in for another one. Ooh. You know, I'm hyping it up too much, you know. But one of these two captures is going through, though, because this recon, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, it's not quite in range. It's not quite in range, folks. One of these two captures is going through. So, Sonic Speed is going to have to make a decision. And he's going to have to make a decision quick. Quick like Sonic. All right. Alrighty, folks. Sonic Speed. What is he going to do? Is he going to attack the infantry at 5 HP, or is he going to attack the infantry at full HP? No matter what he does in this situation, you know, he doesn't know what's in the shade, but it's a risky situation, folks. You don't really want to have your recons exposed for like more than 1 day if you can prevent it, but you know what? I'm also not really the greatest Fog of War player, despite my tournament record being much better when it comes to Fog of War than it comes to Standard, for some reason. But either way, not really the best Fog of War player. You know, folks, we're just here, we're just watching, we're having a good time, we're seeing what's going to happen. All right, we got a tanky hit right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, safe tanky hit too. Very safe from Quidproquo, the Grit player, sending the tank forward. Such a powerful Grit tank it is, folks. One of the weakest tanks in the game, but you know, a tank is a tank at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about. It's about tanks. It's a game of tanks, folks. All right, we've got, oh, double recon, triple recon. Oh, he doesn't get it. Doesn't get the finish, folks. The 1 HP recon survives. Survives to another day of doing terrifying recon stuff, folks. Terrifying recon stuff, which involves seeing your opponents in the shade. All right, got a recon hit. Okay, that's what happened. Oh, God. I see what happened now. He moves up and he exposes the recon, or the infantry in the forest. Perhaps perhaps with his pants down. We don't know, folks. We don't know what's going on with this infantry in the forest. But, you know, an infantry hiding in the forest, there's only several reasons why you would go into the deep forest, folks. And, you know, one could be a nature walk. But two, maybe nature's calling. You never know. But there we go, folks. He got caught with his pants down, and he's eliminated. And then the tank moves through the forest onto the city and takes a shot on the recon. And then we got a capture of a property from Grit. Very, very strong capture indeed. Very strong capture. And we got lots of Arties on the field now too, folks. Absolutely wonderful. We got 1, 2, 3 Arties on the field. Strong Arties, folks. You gotta love seeing some good Arties on the field. But this Grit player, he's got a really nice composition right now of tanks, a couple Arties, and an anti-air now, which is definitely something that you gotta be consider getting around this time. Day 10, yeah, you should probably get an anti-air on the field around day 10, at least at the bare minimum, because, you know, battlecopters do exist, and they are coming for you, folks. You know what? Like I say, folks, if you're not careful, a battlecopter might just get you. It might get you, folks, if you're not prepared. You got to prepare yourself, folks, because you see, Sonic Speed, he's a fast guy. It's fast. It's fast on the air deployment, folks. We got a battlecopter on the field already. Quidproquo. He sensed it in the darkness. He knows that there is something afoot. There is treachery afoot, folks, in the form of a battlecopter. The mosquito of Advanced Wars by Web. It is on the field, but does it know that there is a fly trap waiting for it in the shade? So it's gonna have to be careful, folks. It's gonna have to be very, very careful where it goes. But we got another Artie shot over here. Absolutely beautiful. You love to see good Artie placement, folks, and those Arties, they are beautifully placed right now. Alrighty. 26 to 25 units, so not really anything too significantly different right now, but yeah, Sonic Speed, he's getting some property, he's getting some units sniped out of existence here. Definitely gonna have to get a few more KOs here. Slightly trailing on properties as well, but, you know, it doesn't matter too much, folks. You can be behind on properties for a little while, it's fine. It looks like he's gonna be able to get them back right here, so that's perfectly fine. Ooh, taking that position on the city with a tank blocker or a tank coverage. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Sonic Speed, he's got the blocker, folks. That's what it's all about right here. All right, battlecopter's moving in. Doesn't build a second battlecopter, folks. He's going for the anti-air right now. He's going for the tank combination, anti-air, tank infantry combination. No money left in the bank. Everything's on the field. This is Advanced Wars by Web, folks, where you leave everything on the table and you regret nothing except for that luck roll that you tried to take that ended up making you lose the game. That's about it, folks. Alrighty, got an infantry engagement down south, stopping the capture of the property once again as the artilleries move into an even more devious position in the fog, folks. Oh my god, this man, Quidproquo, he knows something. He knows positioning. This is a wonderful position as well, folks. For those of you that are really good at Advanced Wars, you probably understand positioning pretty well. I myself would consider myself a casual scrub of Advanced Wars. You know, sometimes I can do some good things, sometimes I can't, but I do enjoy blabbering about the game quite a bit here, folks. But as you can see here, there is basically no way to dislodge this tank, which means there's no way to dislodge this infantry, which means there's also no way to dislodge this infantry right here. The only way that you would be able to dislodge these infantry is if you had a Hawk Power, then maybe you would be able to get a 90% roll on one of them. That's definitely a possibility, folks, but without that 90% roll, it's basically impossible, folks. The only way to really dislodge this would be to send both of these recons forward here, eliminate this infantry, allowing this tank to move down here, go over here, take the shot on the artillery. But what lots of people do tend to say in the community when it comes to artillery are kind of like the APCs for human players when it comes to the AI. Because in the original Advanced Wars games, the AI constantly targeted APCs like they flip and kick their own dog or something, folks. But in Advanced Wars by Web, people see an artillery and they strike that artillery. They send ridiculous amounts of things to the artillery to destroy it. But is it a great move? Sometimes, but sometimes it's not, folks. It really just depends on what you're throwing away in order to get that artillery. Anyways, let's continue on with the game because it is Sonic Speed's turn here, and he's going to need some Sonic Speed right now because he's sitting at 9 minutes on the clock while his opponent, Quidproquo, the Grit player's got 17 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. But does that bother Sanic Speed? No, because when push comes to sub, he is able to move lightning pace. And he's got another anti-air on the field. Now, anti-airs could play an absolutely vital role in this map, folks, in this matchup in general. Especially as Hawk, you know? Especially as Hawk. As we take a quick gander here, folks. Yeah, take a quick gander at this one. If you're attacking an anti-air with Hawk, Comm Tower, on a plains infantry, it's going to be an automatic one-shot, folks. If you do it on a forest, it's still an automatic one-shot, folks. So an anti-air, well, it's very good at swatting the old pesky mosquitoes in the sky, folks. It is also really, really good for breaking a line to get to Grit's heart. Get to Grit's bread and butter. So let's see if that plays a factor here, folks. All right. Grit once again setting up a trap, waiting for Sanic Speed to go in and interrupt the capture, folks. Does not see it. He does not see the artillery in the fog, folks. This is also this right here, folks. Oh my lord, this is a absolutely scary chunk of stuff, folks. In a couple more days, this is going to double in size, and that's gonna be like terrifying, absolutely terrifying, folks. I would not want to fight that. I've only fought a few really good Grits in Fog of War. And every single time, I kind of cry sometimes, you know, it's painful. Absolutely painful, but is what it is. All right. Now, I would say that Sanic Speed's position is pretty okay at the moment. You know, he's kind of going 50-50 on both sides, I would say. While Quidproquo is going about maybe 70-30 on both sides at the moment, so it's not really too bad. Sometimes I like to put all my eggs in one basket when it comes to Fog of War and just yeet everything into one area and just completely win there, and then maybe be able to like shimmy around and go win somewhere else. But we'll see what happens here, folks, because we got another snipe over here. Another sniped unit. He's gone. He's out of here, unfortunately. Now, what is this army down south going to be doing? It's just going to be death ball, and the old death ball, folks. Got a death ball. Yep. That's a death ball. That is a scary little death ball. Oh, the battle copter's moving in. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Safest battle copter in Advancers by Web, folks. Absolute menacing battle copter. Strength unmatched. All right, nice little push over here from Sanic Speed, but is going. Oh no, he's going in on both sides, folks. Okay, this is this might. Oh. Ew. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god, he's out of time. He's out of time, folks. It's day 14. He's out of time. He didn't even get to get a final buy. And it's okay. Okay, folks. So, snipe attack. It hits really hard, folks. Oh, and we got it, folks. We got it. We got the snipe attack. All right. Let's see. Let's see what this does, folks, because this is going to be a big snipe attack. Oh, my God. Let's see what happens. All right, that's 1. That's 2. Oh, God, that's 3. That's 4. That's 5. 5 vehicles. Oh, my Lord. Oh, and he builds the Soiled Abomination. Gross. Okay. He could have taken out another... He could have taken out, like, 2 more vehicles, though. No, did he move? He could have... Oh, he moved. He moved before he took the shot. Oh, Quidproquo. He could have got a snipe right there. He could have got a snipe. He could have got 2 snipes, actually. You know what? In all reality, I would have probably just taken out the 2 tanks. Or maybe taken out the recons. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, we got a Soiled Abomination on the field, folks. Smelliest unit in Advancers by Web. You know, some people, they do enjoy a good Neo tank from time to time. Me, you know, I used to build Neo tanks. But, you know, then I grew up. Now I'm building classy medium tanks these days, folks. That's what it's all about. Stay classy out there. But if you want to be building Neo tanks, just make sure you invest in some high-quality soap in order to wash that stink away, folks. Alrighty, so we got a Black Storm on deck right now, folks. Oh, Black Wave. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Well, I got the Black Wave instead of the Black Storm. Not quite sure how I feel about that, but hey, whatever. Whatever, it's fine. It is fine. So he's not going to be pushing up. Yeah, he's just going to hang back. Now, I'm not really sure what the whole purpose of the Black Storm was. Maybe it was mostly just to do some damage? Do some damage? Yeah, that's probably what it was. Do some of that damage. That's all I got. That's all I got, folks. All right, Quidproquo. Oh my god, them arties, man. Fat stacks of arties. All right, 2 more minutes on the clock here. Luck rolls. Oh, okay, he gets the second luck roll. He gets the second infantry luck roll. All right, taking a big old attack. Oh, he's not. Wait, could he attack the? No, he can't, right? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can attack it. He could attack it. I wonder why I didn't attack it. Now, there could be 2 reasons, actually. Could be 2 reasons. Now, reason number 1, I think that maybe he didn't want to attack this is that the city would have been unoccupied here, which would have allowed Quidproquo to actually get something on the city, which could potentially be dangerous. But 2, he's also got a secondary battlecopter here. So technically, if this battlecopter goes in here and takes an engagement here, this guy's going to be able to fly away, and this guy's going to be able to come over here and just one-shot this guy the next turn. So battlecopters, you know, they are tricky warfare, folks. Tricky warfare. All right, ends the turn right there. Moves a few units. Puts a pressure infantry up north. It's mostly just a distraction so that he can get the corner property. Like, more likely than not, that's... Oh, wow, 5-5. Ew. It's a terrible trade. Terrible trade. It's got to happen, though, folks. You know, it's got to happen. Absolutely has to happen. All right. This is still a very dangerous death ball here, folks. Got an anti-air in position now, so doesn't really have to worry about it too much, but I don't really like the death ball pushing up that far. Like, I'd probably prefer it just sticking back here because this is the most defensive area here. Like, if Hawk really wanted to, he could push down and get a really nice attack over here, whereas if he was gonna position himself right here, it'd be a lot more difficult for him to get like really good attacks. Either way, you know, it is what it is. Boom, got some more engagements here, going for another capture. Has not spotted the Soiled Abomination yet, folks, but once again, we are out of time. And we got Hatchie's theme, folks. I think. Yeah, that's Hatchie's theme. Boom, 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 boom. Very nice, very chill. Nice, relaxing portion of the video here, folks. We're not going to be seeing too much combat here. As soon as I say that, we see some combat, so that's just typical. Oh, deletes the cruiser. Very interesting. All right. Deletes the cruiser so that he can occupy his own headquarters and get a little bit more defense with this little push here. Neotank is going down south, though, which is not something I expected. I expected the Neotank to go up north. But going down south, you know, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But it looks like there's just a little no man's land scenario going on up north, so we're not really going to be seeing too much happen up north, I don't think. 3 recons for vision, though. That's beautiful. Get the vision, folks. You got to be able to see what's going on. Alrighty, folks. Got ourselves a little engagement. Okay, so Quidproquo right here could potentially get some significant damage in, folks. Using the Super Snipe ability, that'll give these guys +2. So they won't be able to hit anything. All right, cool. Down south, though, it's not really anything, like, super good that he can hit. He can take a 1 tank and some infantry, so I don't really know if a Super Snipe is necessarily worth it at this point. So, I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, 5 anti-airs on the field. Yes! This man, he knows what's up. All right, got the snipe attack over here from the Grit. The Gritinator. There we go. Got another battlecopter engagement. Soiled Abomination moving in to take out a recon. Trying to go in for a 2 HP luck roll. Does not get it somehow. But you know what? That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, folks. Alright, so does manage to take out some infantry up north, which is, you know, it's pretty good. There's nothing really wrong with taking out a few infantry up north. That Soiled Abomination is going to be facing the wrath of 3 to 4 mosquitoes this turn. So that might be able to take it out. And if it does, then that would be absolutely beautiful, folks. But we got the Black Storm now. Let's see what he manages to do with the Black Storm. Manages to attack a anti-air. Gets the clear with the infantry. Moves the recons forward to occupy the terrain. Oh, not going in for the Soiled Abomination hits. Oh, builds a... he builds a Soiled Abomination and a Bomber. Ooh. That cancels each other out. Beautiful. Alright, folks. That's okay. So not bad super. You know, sometimes when you use Hawk super, you don't necessarily need to push in that turn. Just doing the damage and pulling back can be almost just as devastating as going in for an attack. Especially when you're facing Grit and his counterattack might just be worse than your push in general. And you know what? This was actually pretty good foresight by Sonic Speed. I don't know if he really predicted the fact that there's like 3 anti-airs here, but if he did move in with those battle copters to attack the Soiled Abomination, he would have lost 3 copters, and that would have been a lot. That would have been like 1 more than 2 and 2 more than 1. All right, the Soiled Abomination has absolutely no fear, folks. He is just moving in. Just moving in. I can't wait till the Bomber gets to the front lines. This is what I'm waiting for. Still 13 minutes on the clock over here from Quidproquo, though, so very, very good at time management. But, you know, great. He doesn't really need to move his units too much, so it's kind of to be expected. Okay. He lets the Soiled Abomination live. What? What is going on here, folks? I hate it. Absolutely hate it. All right, there goes some anti-airs to take out some battlecopters. Very nice. One thing that I really, really respect about these two players right now is both of them have captured the lab. You know, some people don't capture the lab when, you know, it's not a lab HQ. But the lab actually does count towards the final total of properties. So, yeah, go capture the labs, folks. I wouldn't say prioritize the labs necessarily, but, you know, capture them. Get them. It helps in the long run, especially when you got these games that go, oh, I don't know, like 30 days. But who has a game that goes 30 days? Like, I have no idea. I've never had a game go past day 5 in my life. All right, folks. Bomber moving in. Feeling a little weary, though. A little cautious with the Bomber right now. He knows that Quidproquo has summoned multiple anti-airs from the depths below, probably using circles. And he knows they are waiting in the shade, folks. They are waiting. Alright, day 21 already. Wowzers. Sonic Speed with 23 properties, 1 comm tower right now is technically in the lead. But he's lower in unit count, folks. But he's higher in unit value, which is very important. It's very important. But that can flip on a dime here, folks, when you're dealing with Grit. Because Grit... oh my god. Grit will just shoot you out of nowhere, folks. And boom, we got another power. Okay, interesting. What does this power yield, though? Got 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks. If he used the super snipe, he could have got 4 attacks. It could be good. It might be good. Alright, let's see. Let's see what he does. Let's see. We'll see the damage. Alright, there we go. Joins the anti-airs together. Lovely. Lovely plays. Lovely plays, folks. Got the T-copter on the field now. Quidproquo. He knows that he needs to capture a property. But let's hand it to a Sonic Speed for saving a grand total of 1 second on his last turn, folks. Like, absolutely massive gains, folks. Absolutely massive gains. Good stuff. I love it. All right. So with 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock, what is he going to be able to do with that amount of time, folks? There's more time than anybody knows what to do with. All right. Interrupts the capture. At this point, folks, when you're getting into the late game, it's all about interrupting captures. Anytime you see your opponent go for a capture, just be like, nope. Nope. I'm not going to let you do that, folks. Not going to let that happen. All right. Reveals, shoots, reveals, shoots. Uses the infantry to shoot, though, with that one. Maybe he didn't want to move the... I guess maybe he just wanted to move the artillery. He might be... Oh, you know what he's probably doing? Actually, I think I understand what Quidproquo was trying to do right here. He's trying to make a play for the corner property. Which is actually a pretty good idea. I mean, the corner property is pretty exposed. So yeah, I'd probably say that that's probably a good idea. Probably one of the top 5 best ideas of the game so far. But Sonic Speed, you know, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. He's going to be shifting his army around. And ends the turn. All right, we got a recon moving forward here. Moving forward a little preemptively, though, I think. I'd much prefer to have the infantry in position and start to capture before I move an infantry in. Or before I move the army in, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter. You know what? It's live, folks. People will do what they want to do. Maybe this is a great play, and this is way over my head. And it probably is, you know? Probably is. All right. And see, that's what I didn't really want to happen. But he's not going to be able to attack with the whole army, and he's got a co-power ready. Oh, this could be okay. This could be okay. I'll use the co-power, though. Use it. Use the co-power. There we go. We got the snipe attack. Once again, folks. Pew, pew. Let's see what he does. See what kind of damage we do against the soiled abomination. Oh, 40% right there and 60% right there. That's what I'm flipping talking about. Gotta block the infantry, though, folks. Like, if you don't block the infantry, then you're asking for it to be interrupted. 100% needed to block the infantry right there. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter because Black Storm, folks. That kind of just ruined that entire push. All right, folks. Yeah, Black Storm. It's a heck of a co-power, folks. If you have the chance to play some Hawk and you bust out the Black Storms, you're gonna be having a pretty good time. Just hope that you're not fighting Sasha. Don't want to be fighting Sasha. That's not what you really want to be have happening. All right, bada bing, bada boom. Double hit, triple hit. Yeah, now he's going for the full block down south. Okay. Oh, the line is so weak, though. That is a weak line. That's gonna get busted. I mean, he doesn't know. Doesn't know, obviously, but there is a recon. Okay. All right. Sonic Speed. If he plays this right, he can eliminate the infantry, I think. Yeah, it's going to require the bomber, and then it's going to require... Yeah. Oh, he gets it. Oh, he doesn't attack the infantry. I wonder if that's going to bite him in the butt. Also, Sonic Speed is busted up the classiest unit in Advanced Wars by Web, folks. I forgot to mention that earlier, but it is classy. Look at him. Look at him right here. Ugh, so good. So good. I've been too distracted with what's going on over here. There's absolutely nothing going on over here, so it's whatever. It is what it is. 4 recons up here, though. That's like, yeah, that's nice. Chef's kiss. All right. He can cap, he can join, and then if he finds a way to bust this open, then he might be able to block, but it's gonna be pretty tricky. Let's see this snipe attack. Alright, definitely get the join, get the block, get the attack. Oh, not the 6 HP. Not the 6 HP, we need a full HP. And now there's a bomber there. Now there's a bomber there, folks. Oh, no. And Sonic Speed's going to get a power. Oh, 6. All right. Yeah, he can bust this line. He's gonna bust the line open so bad. Oh my god. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and he gets the power. It's the Hawk dirt face. Ah, the bomber, the classiest unit of the sky, destroys the cap and the infantry. That was, I think that might have been the last chance right there. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe. Now, even if he captures this, that's neutral, so. Okay. 2 soiled abominations. No. There's not 2 soiled abominations being built. Oh my god. Double Neos. What is this, a Chautauquan video? My god. Alright, going for the joint caps. That would be a pretty nice joint cap, but there's a tank right here, so that's gonna get hit, unfortunately. And it is now day 28. Sonic speed. Doesn't go for the... He doesn't go for the interrupt. Ooh, that's risky. Because he's going to cap. He's going to join. Interesting. Interesting! Oh my god. This is super risky because if Quidproquo had like 2 soiled abominations right now, blocky, you can't KO that. Risky plays, folks. Oh no, join them together. Okay, do a big block. Like the biggest block you've ever seen in your entire life. It's a fairly big block. I think this I don't know. This guy has to be eliminated. The infantry has to be eliminated. Then this guy has to be taken down to 2. And is there a unit available that can do that? I'm pretty sure a Hawk battlecopter will probably be able to accomplish this mission if he so desired. Yep. Yeah, he can do it. He can do it, folks. Is it gonna happen now? That's the question. Sacks. Attacks. Whoa. He's going in with a recon. I don't know what the recon damage is, though. Hold the phone. What kind of damage are we actually dealing with here? So we know that a battlecopter would be able to accomplish it, but is a recon enough, or is this a roll? It's enough. Okay, it's enough. Wait, hold on. Is it enough? That's a shoal. Dealing with a city here. 63 to 70. So if it did... Yeah, that's still... Okay. Yeah, that's still 6. Alright, so it wasn't even an issue. Unfortunately. That was good. That was a good little attack there, folks. Stops the final cap. If this cap went through... If this cap had gone through, that would have been a quid pro quo game. But it did not. It did not go through, unfortunately. So, there's no reason to carry on with that one. It would appear that Quidproquo was unable to defeat Hawk today, folks. Sonic Speed, the man playing on increment the entire time, is the winner today. But Quidproquo, what a solid effort. What a solid effort. Marvelous game. Absolutely marvelous game. Now, the player that did submit this to me was Sonic Speed. And he was saying that he was talking to Quidproquo, who said that Quidproquo did not really play a whole lot of grit, and he wanted to test grit in Fog War. So he doesn't really have a lot of experience playing grit. So not actually having a whole lot of experience playing grit, the way that I've seen this game, I think this was a pretty good effort. Absolutely good effort. So well played. Definitely worthy of a round of applause. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, folks. I will see you all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.